brokers, nor do we want to be. Everything we talk about in this webinar is for educational purposes only. All right, so who am I? My name's David Kushner. As I said, I've been trading in the markets for over 25 plus years. I trade stocks, options, and futures and Forex. My background was I started my own auto parts business when I was 18 years old. Had that business for over 28 years, sold it in 2005, and since then I've been a full-time trader. So like most of you, you probably have a whole shelf full of indicators, trading systems that come with a lot of empty promises of helping you become a more profitable and more consistent trader. So I probably have 3 or 4 hard drives full of stuff that is totally useless. And every time I look at them, all I see is all the money in those hard drives. Anyways, but that's in the past and we're moving on to the future. So I was in a webinar, just like you are with me, that Mark Sachs did, and I saw the money flow tracker software system. And I quickly realized that the methodology isn't based around the same old indicators that everybody else teaches, but more based on mathematical modeling and triple and quadruple screen analysis. So now I only trade with institutional money flow. So when I talk about order flow, money flow, I'm only referring to institutional money flow and order flow. And we'll get into it a little bit further in the webinar. And it's made me much more profitable and much more consistent trader. And now I'm running over a 70% win-loss rate. The agenda for this webinar is how the money flow tracker software works, the high probability setups, the unbreakable rules, how I trade breakouts and sidestep losing trades, the money flow tracker auto trader, and how to pass the evaluation to become a funded trader. Okay, and those who stay till the end of this webinar, it's about 45 minutes. I have a very special discount and some additional software for quick action bonus. So do you ever wonder why some traders succeed while others don't or struggle? Well, in the world of trading, the difference between success and failure can be as stark as day and night. So let's delve into the reasons why some traders thrive while other traders stumble. So the first thing is lack of a trading plan. You know, successful traders meticulously plan their moves. They know what they'll trade, when and how. You know, and without a solid trading plan, you're like a ship without a compass, no direction. So I fought for years and years and years about trading plans. I've probably written about 100 of them, you know, but I sat down one day and I said, you know what, I'm going to make it very simple as A, B, and C. So I did that, and I've been sticking to this trading plan for the last 4 years. So the second thing is you don't have an edge. An edge is your unique advantage in the market. It could be a strategy, it could be technical analysis, or just understanding a particular asset. Traders who lack an edge often struggle. So our edge is the money flow tracker software that when we have setups, you trade when you're in a trend. It keeps you out of the market when when the market's choppy, and we trade with institutional order flow. So the next thing is psychological challenges, and this is most people's biggest problem. Trading is as much about psychology, it's about numbers. Fear and greed, impatience can sabotage even the best strategies. So developing mental resilience and emotional discipline is crucial. So in the trade room, we call it mental mindset. You know, how to keep your mental mindset while you're trading. The next thing is over trading. We've all done it. It's not a good thing. In the trade room, we don't take a ton of trades. We're very strict, very disciplined. We have to have a setup in order to take a trade. So making a ton of different trades, you know, we say in the room, we only have 2 sayings, 3 maybe. In the room is we're not here to make trades, we're here to make money. Right? And not adapting. You know, markets evolve, traders have refused to adapt, changing conditions fall behind. So stay informed, be flexible, and remember, trading success isn't guaranteed, but understanding these pitfalls can improve your odds. All right, so let's get into it. So the 4 things you need to trading success. Software to provide you with the competitive edge over all other traders. Well, for us, it's been the money flow tracker software. You need that edge to track the direction of money flow, institutional money flow. Third thing, etched in stone rules. And I'm really big on the rules to follow. And this will eliminate discretion. There was one trade maybe about 6 months ago where I broke a rule, and man, I heard it from everybody in the trade room because I give it to them when they break rules. Anyways, the next thing, number 4, which is, I believe, is the most important thing, is patience. Patience to let the trade set up. It's hard, but it pays off in the long run. So I'm going to break down the system in detail. Let me show a couple of trades that we've taken. We took this trade on AMC for 139%. This was an option trade. Another on GME for 188%. Here's a trade on 30-year bonds. This was 41 ticks at 31.25 a tick, $1,200. Here was a trade on the euro currency. You know, I can show you trade after trade after trade, but that's not going to help you. You know, and I'm here to help you. You know, and it's likely you have a problem making money. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be here. You know, why? Because you don't have the proper tools to efficiently manage your trade. You overtrade, you revenge trade, you make impulsive decisions, you lack consistency, you trade with the indicators that lag price, you lack a mathematical proven trade methodology, and all these things lead to blowing up trading accounts. So my commitment to you is to bring this to an end, right? I've taught thousands of traders in the trading room how to trade, and some of them are unbelievable traders now. So why did I say that most traders go broke, right? Retail traders, I'm talking. Because they follow the same old things that everybody else teaches, and these things just don't work. You know, if you could master one of these, I don't know, maybe you'll get it to work. But none of these things, Fibonacci's, price patterns, excuse me, Gann theory, you know, I know so many people that say, I trade price action in MACD. And how's trading going? He says, sucks. You know, none of these have any future predictive properties. So Mark Sachs had over 15 plus years in the field of applied mathematics. He was a professor at Jefferson University, and after 8 long years, he engineered the money flow tracker software and trade methodology that can improve your trade performance. And we have over 500 traders between the 3 trade rooms that we trade shoulder to shoulder every day. But what I would like to do is share my trade journal with you. So I use an online trade journal, and this is probably going to ask me to log back in. An online trade journal, and why is this not coming up? And every day when I do my trade performance from Ninja Trader, I don't understand what's going on here. I don't have. Oh, there it is. Sorry. There we go. I download all my trades into a Excel worksheet, and then every day I click on this button and I download. It's like this was from the 11th. This was from yesterday. I download this data into this program, and it gives me all my trade results. Now, we're going to go to October, so we have a full month. Now, if you look at my win rate here, is at 72.39, but my profit factor is 3.18, which is basically 3 to 1. Now, you see all these days here that say no trades. Well, Saturday and Sundays we don't count, right? But look how many days we didn't trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 20 trading days, we didn't trade. Well, first of all, I live in Central Florida. So the 9th, 10th, and 11th was Hurricane Helene's. And then the next week, the 17th and 18th was Hurricane Milton. So I didn't trade 5 days based on not the markets, but I won't trade if there's a possibility of maybe a power outage or internet outage. Anyways, look what we did in October. In October, we still made $11,511. And the days that we didn't trade. So I'm going to show you, here is my equity curve for the whole year. Here's the equity curve. Now, if I show you the trades by day, performance by day, and I can do here date range last month, right? All these days we didn't trade. We had one day here where we made 5,000, and we didn't really have. But if you look at, let's get rid of this. The last 6 months, why is this not? Let me try some real quick. This was the last 6 months of our trading, right? Look how many losing days we've had. Very few losing days, and we try to keep the losing days under 500. But, you know, the losing days, like this day, we kind of got away from us. I don't know why, but it did. But the majority of our losing days are under 500. But look at our winning days. That's why we have such a good win rate and a good risk reward. So if I show you, let's say, here's my trade journal. This is the data that was pulled in from NinjaTrader. This is NinjaTrader ID, right? But you know what? The bottom line is, what does the equity curve show? Right? How's the equity curve? Are we making money? You know, we've had almost 3,000 trades, 2,100 winners, 689 losers with a 72% win rate. So anyways, let's keep going. So the market consists of many small retail traders, which are these marbles, plus one or more large institutional trader, which is the big purple ball. Well, since we already know that most retail traders lose money, why would you want to trade along with retail traders? We want to trade with the institutional traders. They're the ones that are moving the market. So the Money Flow Tracker software has 3 key metrics. The first one is triple screen assessment of correlative markets using our AI software, triple screen assessment of order flow, and triple screen assessment of the LIQUIDITY. So let's keep going. So what do we mean by triple screen assessment? Well, those who know me know I like to keep things very simple. Simple, simple, simple. 3 time frames in agreement. 3 time frames going up together, 3 time frames going down together. And I like to say, hey, 3 time frames in agreement, right? So triple screen assessment of order flow is the first powerful force that moves price, because without order flow, price can't move. So triple screen assessment of order flow, first thing everybody thinks about is, oh, no, not these order flow candles, but all these numbers on the right, on the left, on the top, on the bottom, on the side, inside out, upside down, and sideways. This is not what we use. There's no way that you can actually make great trading decisions when the market is moving on these type of candles. So what I mean by triple screen assessment is we want to see order flow going in the same direction on 3 time frames. So these are our order flow candles, right lines order flow candles. And if you have any questions, just put them in the questions box and we'll get to them all, or Rory will be answering them. Let's see. So our order flow candles mean if the outline of the candle is green, means the delta of the candle is positive. If the outline of the candle is red, means the delta of the the delta of the candle is negative, right? So I like to keep things simple, like I said. The way I think about it is if I have green outline the candles, I have more buyers than sellers. And if I have a red outline candle, I have more sellers than buyers. So if I'm in a trade and I have green outline candles and I'm long, I'm okay. But if I'm in a trade and I have a red outline candle, I'm getting a little nervous. All right. So, and inside the candles are the wicks, and the wicks help us. One second. The wicks help us determine momentum also, and I'll explain how we use the wicks. All right. So I wanted to throw a screenshot of our charts up so you can see how simple and clean and easy they are to determine. We use these bar type indicators on the bottom, red or green here, and it's very simple. And we'll get into each part of this. So the second powerful force that moves price is triple screen assessment of LIQUIDITY and our hybrid candles, which are our order flow candles with the wicks inside. So again, triple screen assess, 3 time frames in agreement. So the hybrid candles are the order flow candles and the wicks. So when you see a wick like here, right? When you see a wick open and close from the previous candle, it doesn't go back into the previous candle, that's momentum. But when you get a long wick, this is the pullback candle. And we use these pullback candles, and I'll explain to you in a little while how we use them. Okay, the next thing is the modified LIQUIDITY, right? So we took all these indicators and we added an algorithm to them, and we developed what we call the modified LIQUIDITY. Now, the modified LIQUIDITY is an oscillator, but it's not like regular oscillators. It doesn't show divergence. It just shows the strength of the trend. So the bottom line here, bottom colored line, means when the modified LIQUIDITY crosses below 20, it turns red. When it crosses back above 20 and is sloping up, it'll be lime green. When it crosses over 80, it'll be dark green, and when it crosses back under and is sloping down, it will be orange. Now, we only trade the modified LIQUIDITY when it's pinned at 100 or pinned at 0. So we get our acceleration dots. Right? So I'm putting it together piece by piece, and then we'll put it all together. Right? The next thing is the quant lines. Now, our quant lines use our AI program, and that's the third most powerful force. Why? Because our quant lines are examining 28 market components for correlation. Now, most people understand correlation. Most people don't pay attention to correlation, but we do. So let's say ES is going up, NQ is going up, YM is going up, RTY is going up. All right, all the markets are correlated, they're all going up at the same time. That's powerful. But let's say ES is going up, NQ, YM, and RTY are going down. What is going to happen to ES? ES is going to end up either slowing down or coming down with them. Right? And we use all this information, right? So we decided, you know what, 3 time frames in agreement is really not enough. So we added a 4th time frame, and we added an indicator to determine the 4th time, which we call the C2 indicator. Now the C2 just adds another time frame. So our time frames are in multiples of 3. So if you're trading a 2-minute, your mid time frame would be 6, your higher time frame would be 18, and then 3 times 18, that would be your highest time frame. So the C2 indicator is this stair-stepping line above the candles, green going up and red going down. So let's put it all together, and you'll be amazed how simple it is to trade with the Money Flow Tracker software. And these are the rules, and these are the setups. So first thing we want is a colored background, either green or dark pink, and that gives us 3 time frames in agreement. We want the C2 indicator, so we want to see that. That's our second rule. The third rule is the solid line and the dot dash line going up. The solid line has to be above the dot dash line, and going down, it has to be below it. The next thing is, if you're trading into support or resistance, pivot, VWAP, higher time frame support, whatever it is, you must wait for 3/4 of the candle body to clear that pivot, and then you must have a pullback candle. And I'll explain why the pullback candle in a little bit. The fifth thing, the quants. The top one is the short term, the bottom one is the long term. We want these in agreement. We want the multiple time frame Laguerre in agreement with the quants. And we want the modified Laguerre in agreement with the others, same color, and we want it pinned at 0, so we get the acceleration dots. So this was the trade. This was the result of this trade. 63 ticks, that's 630s per contract. Now we like to try to exit when the dot dash line changes from green to yellow, green to red, or when it changes color from the current color that you're trading direction. That's when we want to exit the trade, right? So, like I said, the trading with the money flow tracker software rules will keep you out of choppy, non-trending markets. And, I've heard so many stories, thousands of stories probably. Well, David, I do great trading one day, and then I give it most of it back the next day. And then I do okay the following day, and then I give more back the day after that. And it's like at the end of the week, it's like I worked all week and I have very little to show for it. I said, well, the money flow tracker software was designed to keep you out of choppy, non-trending markets. And those are the type of markets that most traders lose money. So we have lots of days that we don't take trades. Today was one of them. We didn't take one trade today. We had maybe 1 or 2 setups, but didn't follow through. We never got entered, So the point is, it is okay not to trade every day. You're here to make money. Your goal is to make money every day and replace your income, or whatever you want to do, and a lot of people in the room have come to that same conclusion. And the days that you don't trade the choppy markets, if you would get rid of the days that you lost money. So let's say, I made money on Monday, but Tuesday was really choppy. I didn't really even take one trade. And Wednesday was okay, so I made money on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Thursday was choppy. I didn't really get any setups. And then at the end of the week, you know what? I made pretty good money because I got rid of those days that it's not good to trade. All right, so let's keep going. So here's a trade, one of my trades that I took, CL. This was a short trade. We get dark pink background, breaks the pivot. Wanted to get on this pullback. We missed this entry, so we tried this pullback candle. Right? Got the pullback, and down it went. Exited on line change, was 55 ticks. Right? So the first contract was 100. The second contract was 550. That's $650. And this took less than 1 minute. And I trade normally 6 accounts. So 650 times 6 was a great day. And I was done trading at 9:30. That was it. I'm done. When I am trading in the room and I hit my target for the day or over or close and I'm happy with it, I go to sim. I stop trading. So the money flow tracker software gives you clear and exact entries, clear and exact exits. You get all your targets and your ATMs pre-configured for you. I'm going to teach you how I trade breakouts with the money flow tracker software. I call it pullback and go strategy. Right? So let me grab my pen really quick. All right, pen. And let me grab a color that's easy to see. Let's do blue. All right, so look, the market's coming down, everything's set up. We have a pivot, we have the shaded areas, higher time frame support, right? So the market's coming down, right? Breaks that 3/4 of a candle, then we get the pullback candle, right? So with the pullback candle, the way we trade it is when this candle pulls back halfway or more, we place our order. As it's pulling back, we place our order. Now, if this market was, let's say, coming down and all of a sudden it pulls back and it goes up like that, right? Well, this order gets canceled once this candle closes up. So if this candle closed up, the order would get canceled. We never got filled. We sidestepped the losing trade. Now, everything has a trade-off. Everything has a trade-off. So what happens if you're in a trade and you don't get a pullback candle till like all the way down here? Well, then we missed the trade. Then there was no entry for us. We didn't have an entry, right? So we far outnumber probably 9 out of 10 trades that we sidestep. We maybe miss 1, maybe 2. But sometimes we sidestep 3 or 4 trades a day in a trading session. So that's a lot. So yeah, sometimes we do miss a trade because we don't get a pullback candle. But that's trading, and that's why they call it trading. All right, so let's erase all this and get my regular mouse going here. All right, so let's keep going. All right, so here's some examples. Here's one. This was on RTY. Broke the pivot, pullback candle, placed the order, profit target 1, profit target 2. Here's another one on crude oil. Here's 2 of them on the Canadian dollar. Right? So now we're going to talk about the money flow tracker auto trader strategy called the Revolutions, but we call it Revo for short. Now, these are traded. We're trading this on MNQ, and we're trading this on a very large Unorenco bar size, a 24 tick bar size. And we do that is because we want to make sure that we're in a very good trend. Now, what does the auto trader do? Well, it takes trades according to the rules. So this trade was 704 ticks. This trade was 665 ticks. This trade was 1,016 ticks. It ran from like 8:46 in the morning till 1:45 in the afternoon. This one was 792 ticks. So what does the auto trader do? Right? So here are the settings, but I'm going to go back one slide because I like to pull up the settings in NinjaTrader because I have my NinjaTrader running. Okay. So, and it's easier for me to explain to you on a live screen. I can scroll down. So I'm going to load my settings, okay. So what were the rules? The bias is the colored background and C2. We want those when we trade. Rule number 1, check. We want that. The Laguerre, we want red or green. The multiple time frame Laguerre, we want a red or green. So we turn them on. All right, volume threshold, I'm really not worried about it on that. The 1550 signal, basically it's same color, red or green. 50 red or green. Let's see. Now, the MA diff is very important. Is really important, and I'll explain to you in a little bit why it's important. All right, so we want clear pivots. So if it's trading into a pivot, it will Enter the trade once 3/4 of the candle closes above the pivot. To clear the volume zones at a higher time support resistance, we want the quants, red or green. Now this number here, first target value, is extremely an important number. Our first target is 80, but it has to go to 81 to get filled, right? So for instance, if there is a pivot and you have a setup and you don't have at least 81 ticks to that pivot or setup, it will not take the trade. If it has 78 ticks to that point, it will not take the trade. It will wait until it breaks it. Okay. And day high or low, and the VWAP won't trade it. Now, you can have it turn on and off whenever you want. Right. It has built-in money management. So the risk management, we have a lot of traders that subscribe to the Money Flow Tracker software just for the auto trader because they have jobs and they are just using this particular strategy. So what I tell them to do, what I recommend is put $1,000 profit and put $500 loss. Now, if it loses 500, it stops trading. If it makes 1,000 or more, it stops trading. So it's in a trade, and let's say that trade made 1,500, it won't exit at 1,000. Once the trade exits, it stops trading, right? And let's see, anything else on the bottom here? It will exit the session about a minute before the session ends. For those who trade with prop firms, because you can't be in overnight. So really, it just follows the rules that we have, and that's basically all it does. The only thing that I prefer to wait for a pullback handle, but because we're trading such a big bar size, what I did was I delayed the trade by one candle. So I make sure we completely cleared the pivot, and the chances of pulling back is not very high. All right, so let's keep moving on. All right, so there's all the settings. This is the equity curve from 2021. This is the equity curve from 2022. I don't have my 2023 because I lost all my data in a computer problem. Here is a trade that I was in on the auto trader. Actually, I went to the bathroom, I came back, and it was in this trade, and it was like it hit profit target one. So I quickly turned on my recorder because I felt like this was going to be one of those really nice big winners. So I already hit 80 ticks, so I'm going to just fast forward, right? And it does have lots of pullbacks. NQ is like a wild animal, right? And so it's going up. We're up 315 ticks. Now we're up 532 ticks. Now remember I was talking about the MA diff, right? All right. The MA diff is a number that's right up here. I have mine on the left-hand side. Most people have them on the right hand. But anyways, this number is 412. Now, the MA diff is telling us how far away from the 50 are we? And we get too far away from the 50, and we have different MA diff settings for different bar sizes, we expect a pullback candle within a couple bars, right? Now, on this particular strategy on MNQ, we won't take a trade above 350. So this is way above 350. So I started manually moving my stop. Do I have to manually move my stop? No, I could let it exit when this dot dash line changes color. Right? So let's keep going. So here we're up 570 ticks. Well, there's 569. We ended up closing this trade 570 ticks. And so you look at it this way: if we trade 4 micros, that's $80 on the first profit target and $570 on the second. So this is $650 trade, and I didn't do anything except watch it, and check my MA diff, see where I'm at. And when I got a little high, I just moved my stop. And honestly, most of the time when I move my stop, I wish I didn't. But, you know, that's the way it is. Anyway, right, so let's keep going. So now let's talk a little bit about how to pass the evaluations. So this might seem ridiculous, but it's really true. And a lot of people have commented to me on this, that you focus on the process. What do I mean? Don't focus on the carrot. What does that mean? Don't focus on the carrot. Well, this is Mr. Carrot here. What I'm saying is focus on trading well. Focus on taking setups that are qualified setups. You know, I have two friends that are in the financial industry. One guy, this friend of mine, he's a floor trader. And we had a conversation. And I said, well, you know, I said, how do you guys on the floor do it? He said, you know, he says, we never worry about how much money we're going to make. We only are concerned with how much money we're going to lose. He says, we are more focused on what we could lose than what we could make. If our trade, how we trade is what we're going to trade, and we take a trade, means we have a setup or according to whatever system they're using or whatever, and some don't even use any systems. And they just focus on managing their risk. And it's amazing how when they do that, the profits take care of themselves. You know, if you focus on trading well and focus, instead of focus on just how much I'm going, it's like, so you're in a trade, okay, you're up $100, go, wow, I'm up $100, maybe I should take it. No, follow your rules, follow your exit. You know, that's why we have usually trade at minimum of 2 contracts, because this way we take a little profit off on the first contract and we're in a free trade. And if we get stopped out on the second, then okay, at least we made some money, right? So anyways, focus on trading well, focus on what you're doing. You know, the challenges, the evaluations, whatever they call it, are really designed to make you fail because of the parameters they put in place, like how many trading days to pass. You know, I had a guy in the trade room that was really excited. He goes, you know, I've been working on this evaluation for like 2 months and I'm about $100 away from passing, and you know, but I'm got to renew it for another month, and I really don't want to have to pay another month. But I said, so just pay it. I said, he said, what should I do? I said, switch to micros and trade your setups, trade well. Well, anyways, to make a long story short, he blew it. He didn't listen to me. He blew it. He had to start all over again. You know, the trailing drawdown. Now, that's most reasons why most people fail, because they get caught up in the trailing drawdown. This is my process, right? Is, you know, most people, you know, they go ahead and they buy a $50,000 challenge or evaluation, and they're like, oh, cool, I got 350s. I'm trading $150,000 worth of funds. And they're like, you know, feel like, wow, that's impressive. Well, wrong, wrong. You're not. You're not. You are trading $2,500 account. Think about trading a $2,500 account, which is your drawdown. Now, I don't risk any more than 10% of my trade, of my drawdown on any one trade, which means I risk $250. If I'm trading a $50,000 account, that's my risk, period. So your win rate versus your risk reward is, if you are trading at 1-to-1, you need to be 60% win rate to be profitable. If you are trading 2-to-1, you could be wrong 60% of the time and still make money. And if you're trading at 3-to-1, you could be wrong 7 out of 10 trades and still make money. Think about that. You could be wrong 7 out of 10 trades and still make money. Well, we're over 70%, so I never really even think about that. And most of the traders in the room are about the same, 70, a couple guys are maybe a little higher, you know. So rather than avoid risk, take intelligent risk, and this will give you that competitive edge. Anyway, let's see. Let's move on to this. 1 second. Just wondering why you put the links. So rather than avoid risk, take intelligent risk, and this will give you a competitive edge. So look at this little mouse. He's saying, I want that cheese. He's saying my risk is this thing might hit me in the head, but I have my hard hat on. I have my helmet on, so it's not even going to hurt. So what is trading success? Financial freedom, no boss, no financial pressure, no commute, and you have the advantage of being a full-time trader. So I went through everything that I could show you, and now you have a choice, 2 choices. Your first option, do nothing and continue on your current path, right? The second option would be take action today and join thousands of traders who work 4 hours, 4 hours, little more, sometimes less, sometimes we're done in an hour, and you have no boss and you have total financial freedom. 1 second. I wanted to put the code in the end. Anyways, let's see. All right, so the money flow tracker software system. It's easy to learn, get all the workspaces, all the templates. It's perfect for beginners. It's perfect for any account size. We have traders that just trade micros, and they're happy with that, and whatever works for you. Okay, there's nothing wrong with trading micros. I trade micros all the time. It's funny, sometimes I trade, you know, micros in some accounts, and then other accounts I trade regular, like if I'm doing an evaluation account, I'll trade regular. If I'm doing my PAs, I'll trade micros. And I'm like, sometimes I get filled on the micros before I get filled on the regulars. So anyways, and you can trade Forex, futures, stock options with stocks. And so what we decided to do for the first 10 traders who come aboard with us this evening is some additional software and more. So the first thing you would get is the market scanner, which is a $9.99 value. Right? This is my market scanner because I use Renko bars. This is a minute market scanner. So basically what this is saying to me is we trade CL on a 2-5-10. So when this lights up, I go over to CL and I look at the chart and I see if I have a setup. You know, like on ES, we trade a 248 bar. NQ, we trade a 81040. So we just keep an eye on this. So you'll get this as part of your package subscription. The next thing is the NDT. This is what we use as a strategy. This is what we use to place our trades. This is put your account here, the market, your ATM, and this is one click executions, buy on up close, sell on down close. And you can close on down close or close on up close. So sometimes I use these buttons if I'm in a trade and I'm like, okay, well, you know what? If I get a reversal candle, I want to be out. I did a study on reversal candles. Most of the time when you get a reversal candle, you get 2 or 3 or 4 after it. So why wait to get full stop? We use this sometimes and it makes our stops smaller. You get the masterclass series on Forex futures, stocks, and options, and these are really good series. You get 1 month in my trade room. Now, our trade rooms were part of a study done by Dr. Victor Allen, and in his study, he reviewed more than 225 trading websites and valued them using several factors, including transparency, proven track record, and assisting traders with educational materials and online support. And we came out on top. And this was published in Traders World and Stock and Commodity Magazine. So this is our amazing offer that we're doing this evening for you guys. We're doing $1,000 off a yearly subscription, which is normally $21.97, is going to be $11.97. That's less than $100 a month. If you want a lifetime subscription, we're doing $1,000 off at $19.97, right? And if you want a monthly subscription, you can get $200 off, would be $3.97 for the month. And for the first 10 traders that come aboard, you're going to get the extra bonus, the Money Flow Tracker minute chart templates for those who like to swing trade on higher time frames. So the first 10 people that come aboard, we're going to include in your software package the Money Flow Tracker Auto Trader. And let me tell you something, the Auto Trader is worth it by itself. It's $29.97 value. The NDT execution packet is $14.99 value. The Market Scanner $9.97. The Trade Room 1 month, and all the tutorials and videos, and you will get your software installed by Charles, and you'll be coached by me in the trading room. So this is an amazing offer, and you know, I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to do this, but we're going to do it. So here's my commitment to everybody that subscribes is when you subscribe to the Money Flow Tracker software is to help you become a successful trader. Remember, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. Again, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. It's like you're just not using the right tools to be successful. For example, it's like trying to pound a nail in a piece of wood with a screwdriver. Yeah, if you hit it long enough, yeah, you'll get it in that piece of wood. But if you use the hammer, it would go in because the hammer is the right tool. So, you know, the Money Flow Tracker software is totally unique, and it gives you that edge to trade with institutional order flow. So my commitment to you is to teach you not just how to read the setups. You know, I always say I can teach a 5-year-old to read the setups, but also help you develop that mental mindset you must have in order to achieve financial independence. So if you go to the chat into your GoToWebinar, into the chat part, and you click on it, you will get a link that pops up. Looks just like this one. Let me get this out of here. All right, and that's me. All right, so if you scroll down here, and let's say you want to do this, the annual, you don't need a coupon code. We already put it in there for you. All right, so then you go down here to the bottom, and this is not correct. This is not correct. Hold on one second. I have to get him to fix this. But we'll go ahead and let's see. Did he add the coupon code? Oh, yeah, that's why the coupon code was not. Let me see if I can get it. Let's say save 50. It's supposed to be already in there, but let me see. Okay, there we go. Okay. Anyway, so this is the normal. Here's the discount, 50% off, minus $11.97. And then next year in 2025, when your renewal comes up in November, we will give you the same discounted rate. So it's $11.97 a year, right? So just go to this link here. And what I will do is I'll put the link in the questions box and send it to everybody. All right. All right. So if you go to the link that is in the chat part of GoToWebinar, you have to put the coupon code SAVE50. All righty. Or if you prefer, which a lot of people prefer to call us and do their purchase over the phone, or if you have any other questions, if you put your name and your phone number in the questions box, we will give you a call after the webinar or whenever you want us to call you. Okay? And if you do that, we will hold your position in the with all the special add-on and bonuses. So look, it's a well-known fact that 95 to 98% of traders, day traders and swing traders, are losing money. So this guy here is a retail trader. And retail traders basically lose money, right? Because they just do. A friend of mine that works at a brokerage firm tells me that they love it when a retail trader opens a $5,000 or $10,000 account, because they know within a month or two that account is going to be gone. But our traders are making money. Why? Because these are the institutional traders that are taking the money from the retail traders. And the institutional traders love the retail traders because they call them the guppies. And it's very easy to take money from the guppies. But so if you know that most retail traders lose money, why would you want to trade along with them? We don't. We want to trade with institutional money flow. So again, this is our special offer, which is $1,000 off for a yearly subscription at $11.97. A lifetime is $1,000 off at $19.97. And the monthly is $200 off at $397. And you just send me a message on Skype that to welcome Charles, Hugo, Celia, Greg, David. Welcome to the Money Flow Tracker software. I look forward to working with you and get you back on the right path of making money in the trading room tomorrow. All right. I have some things that how I teach people in the very beginning. So you got a little work to do, right? So you'll still get anybody that puts their name and their phone number in the questions box and has us call you back. You'll save your place for all the bonuses. So the Money Flow Tracker software, the automated strategy, the revolutions, the NDT, the market scanner, 1 month in the trade room, all tutorial videos, coaching, and everything for $11.97 for the year is a really good deal. So this is a reel of tons of our traders giving testimonials, but this particular woman, you know, a friend of hers was a trader and she trades with us, and this particular woman wanted to learn how to trade. So her friend said, you know what, contact Market Rightline, watch one of his webinars. So she did. She contacted Mark, and it says here, Mark taught me things. Mark sat her down in front of a computer for 4 months. She learned the setups really quick because they're easy to learn. He said, when you get a green background and you have all this lined up, I want you to buy on up close. And when you have a dark pink background, I want you to click on sell on down close. And she did that. She did that for 4 months. That's all she did, all day long. Well, to make a long story short, she's now a 6-figure trader, and she does not trade every day either. This is a email that was sent to Rightline by one of my students, and he said that when he was listening to the webinar like you're in, he said that sent me a message over the questions box, and he says, I am the world's worst trader. I've been at this a long time. I can't make any money. I win money, I make money, I lose money, I make money, I lose money. I'm thinking of quitting, but I like what I see. Will you help me? So I'll help anybody that needs help. So to make a long story short, he writes here, he's in my trading room every morning. He learned the methodology. We only take specific setups. Well, his win rate is around 70%. Right now, he told me he has 20 Apex accounts and 10 Buellnox accounts, right? And he writes here, the money flow tracker software, along with David's methodologies and rules, allow me to act like a robot and eliminate guesswork or emotions from my trading. That's the mental mindset part. We use the NDT, which allows a single push button to enter a trade when we see the correct setups. So his mental mindset is, every day he keeps it simple. See setup, push button, see setup, push button, see setup, push button, right? Last week, this was maybe a week, 10 days ago, he sends me this over GoToWebinar and from the room, and he wrote to here, he says, I'm up $4,265 and trading 4 accounts. I could ring the bell, and he's quit trading for the day and he went and did something else, right? So here's the special offer again. Stephen will give you a call after the webinar. Anybody else that put their name in there will give you a call after the webinar, or you can use the link that I put in the questions box to make your purchase, and we'll get you up and running and we'll get you going. I was a struggling trader. Let me tell you a little story how I got where I am with Rightline. What is NDT? I'm not really sure. I never really asked, and I really never really cared. That's what they called it. So, I was a struggling trader for a long time. Chris Johnson, did you mean to put your phone number in there? Anyway, so I was just like you guys. And, I kept going from shiny object to shiny object to trading system to trading system. And then one day I was doing, no problem, Chris, a webinar. I was watching a webinar that Mark Sachs was doing. And I was like, yeah, another software or this. Anyway, so I was watching and I was like, I don't know, for some reason this light, the light bulb goes off in your head. Well, I just liked what I saw. I love that I only have to look at one chart to be able to determine what 4 time frames are doing. I like how simple it is, how clean the charts are, the rules and everything. So I bought the software. And about 6 months later, I was doing really well with it. And, they wanted to find somebody that wanted to do a Forex group. So I contacted them and they said, yeah, well, so that's how I got started. Well, we traded Forex for a while, but Forex has moved so slow. Forex futures move so slow. And then we just migrated back into regular futures. We trade CL, we trade gold, we trade YM, we trade NQ, we trade the MNQ only on the auto trader, and that's it. And we've been doing very well with that. So that's how I got, and 3 years later, I'm still here and I'm still teaching traders how to trade. So I must be doing something right. And some of the traders in the room have just become very awesome traders. So I think that's pretty much it. Again, if you want to put your name and your phone number in the questions box, we'll give you a call after the webinar and you can ask as many questions as you want. And you have no obligations. We won't call you 5 million times. I hate that when you tell somebody you're not interested and they keep calling you every couple days thinking if you changed your mind. We don't do that. We don't need to do that. We have built an amazing community of very successful traders. And I love doing what I'm doing. I'm very passionate about trading. I've been trading so long that, sometimes it sucks sitting in front of the charts all day. But for sitting in front of the charts for a few hours in the morning and having no trades, But you know what sucks even more? Sitting in front of the charts in the morning and being in losing trades or having losses. So when you don't have a setup, and I'll just take 2 more minutes because I have to always watch myself because I could talk about this day after day after day. So I don't trade in the afternoons most of the time. Trade in the morning. So this was YM this morning. And we didn't have any setups. We only trade on dark pink. Actually, what I did was in the room charts and in the templates that we have on the bias, which is the colored background, I turn off all the other colors because they're not important to me. We only trade on certain colors. So we didn't have any trades this morning, so we didn't take any trades. And the bottom line is that, why is this not computers? Anyway, I just want to thank everybody for attending the webinar. Look forward to working with all the people that already subscribed and the people that we're going to call after the webinar. And that's all I have. So again, I kept it within the hour because I would like to respect your time also. And I look forward to working with all these new people, and have a great evening, great morning, great afternoon, wherever in the world. You know, we have traders from all over the world, you know, that we trade with us. So have a great day, evening, morning, and take care. Bye-bye. You can also go to rightlinetrading.com and subscribe from that page. All right.